Sup, you chuckle fucks? Sup, you chuckle fucks? It's your boy Dark Marco here with What If Issei was a stray Shinigami. So I was thinking of probably changing the title. Probably more. It's more like abandoning Shinigami, or kinda. So if you didn't watch part one, then you should probably watch part one because you will not understand what will happen for part two. So yeah. But I'm not really telling you, so you can do whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a damn. So yeah. Also, I am literally trying to get a fucking real life job because, well, I know YouTube is not gonna pay much, even if I go to my first channel and start uploading like hell. Because yeah, mostly people probably forgot about my channel, first channel. But yeah, I can probably live stream just to see how many people will actually join that, just to see a good number of how many people will probably still be watching me. Which I just realized I just hit like 3,500K in my mostly first channel, but not the point. Well, not 500K, mostly 500, yeah, mostly 3.5 thousand, but yeah, but that's not the point. I don't know why I said 500, but not the point. Oh, fuck it up, nope. Do not think I literally hit that high of a number. No, I know what if channels do not reach up that high. I mean, there's some that probably reaches up to be hitting like near 75K, but not mostly that many what if channels. But that's not the point here or there. Let me begin into this what if. I'm rambling on right the fuck out now, and this is not the time for me to be rambling, but let me just begin. So we begin back into mostly Issei. Mostly Dietrich is just sitting quietly, kind of seeing how his partner's life has been. He's truly not a human, but a Shinigami, a full-blooded Shinigami. But he's actually more confused in how he even got reincarnated. Mostly how the system fuck itself over by literally putting Dietrich in a Gigai. This is where actually Dietrich realized that he's not connected to his partner entirely. He's connected through the human, mostly like humanoid figure, modified kind of soul thing. Yeah, the human Gigai or whatever the hell it is. He realized that this is not entirely a human body, but an actual like a modified soul, human body soul. Soul Reapers can actually kind of be able to live normally with normal humans. This is where he's actually wondering how the fuck did that even happen? How? Unless what's it called, Issei's mostly his power. He realized that Issei's power is much more dangerous than a normal heavenly dragon. Mostly his partner is quite skilled, genius, and quite smart, and not perverted. Probably the perverted antics were just something just to hide his true feelings. But this is what, Dietrich is a little bit kind of worried for his partner, even though they're not fully connected, and it just could be through the human body. Issei is still someone that needs a lot of help, lots of that, but not the point. Issei seems to be hiding so much information away from him. That's just probably because of the Soul Reapers kind of rules. He doesn't know much about the Soul Reapers, and however much information Issei is holding onto, he's not going to try to pry him. Mostly try to ask him or pry for his information. Probably the Gremory, because she's a little spoiled little brat half the time, will try to pry information from Issei. But Issei can always go into his Shinigami form, which has no control. Mostly Rias Gremory has no control over Issei's original form, his Shinigami. Because even the evil pieces are actually connected to the fucking body and not the soul, even though it's supposed to be like the evil pieces are usually connected to the soul. But they can't. Mostly Issei is not fully originating from this body. So of course the evil piece is just connected to the body, the Gigai. Does it work, Mo? He realized that the Gigai is kind of model after mostly Issei's original form, because Issei's original form is just looking the same, but a little bit more kind of good looking. But at the same time, there's actually one little difference, one little part of difference, if people haven't realized this. Issei's original eyes are actually a dark silver color, while mostly Issei's human eyes are a goldenish brown color. He kind of realized that the dark silver eye color is kind of creepy and scary half the time. But Issei was kind of born like that in the and mostly not Shinigami world, but mostly in the Soul Society world like that. So of course you can kind of understand and why the person who gave him the ski guy, decides to not originate his eye color with mostly the ski guy look like. But yeah, because it would look kind of scary most of the damn time. But yeah, but that's not the point here or there. Doesn't work. Well, we go into mostly Issei kind of walking towards his house. Now his house did become bigger, like just like original canon, but yeah. But this is where, well, mostly when Issei's getting to the house, for some reason he stopped in an instant. Dietrich was confused. This is where, well, Issei right now gets on guard in an instant. This is where, well, he grabs Cone in an instant. Cone says, what are you doing? What are you doing? Please don't make me, don't do this to me. I don't want to go back into your body. Issei says, shut up, Cone. I'm getting on guard just in case. Cone says, wait, why? This is where, well, Issei says, right. Can you feel the spiritual pressure in which you just felt? Huh? What spiritual pressure? Issei says, am I tripping? No. Since I was ever trained as becoming a Shinigami, I'm not that dumb. I know someone's here. Someone who's actually much more powerful than I thought. This is where, well, Issei is kind of getting to his house, and he feels it much more better. When he kind of grabs the door handle, he feels the spiritual pressure. This is where, well, if he opens it, he's going to either have the fight of his life, or he's going to meet someone who's probably with the Shinigamis, mostly from the Soul Society. Issei gulps in an instant, but Issei opens the door. This is where, well, when he kind of walks inside, he sees the living room. He sees both his parents and someone he never expected to ever see again in his life. And that is none other than Buckethead. Cone even said Buckethead at the same time. This is where, well, mostly when Cone talks, he's still in the stuffed animal form. So of course Cone says, Buckethead! This is where, well, Issei says, you fucking idiot, you weren't supposed to say anything. This is where, well, mostly both Issei's parents don't seem to be quite shocked that much, which actually confused Issei entirely. But mostly the person with mostly a bucket hat kind of looks like a KFC kind of bucket hat, mostly because it's a little bit like the same patterns, color, but not much, not the color, but just the pattern. But it's kind of a green and white kind of pattern that the person has, mostly a green kimono, like a green male kimono, and a green dark coat. This is where, well, he also has a staff with him, and this is where, well, like a kind of cane. This is where, well, he then kind of just grins. Of course, his eyes are being covered thanks to the shade of his hat, but of course he has blondish hair. This is where, well, he's grinning at Issei. Issei gets on guard in an instant. He can go to Shinigami form in any time. He just grabs, what's it called, Cone, just to kind of swallow the damn, well, mostly candy, so he can actually go into Soul Reaper form just to fight against his person. He doesn't know if his parents will be able to see him, but this is where, well, he can't trust it fully. This is where, well, he's actually a little bit scared, and why his parents doesn't seem too shocked to see this person. Well, mostly to see, well, Cone in a very stuffed animal. It's like if this motherfucker decides to tell his parents about, well, a little bit about what the Soul Reapers are, which he doesn't fully trust Urahara that much at all. Ever since he met Urahara, he feels very iffy with Urahara. He's very suspicious most of the time. This is where, well, mostly Urahara gets up because there's no other Urahara, Kisuke Urahara. This is where, well, he says, Issei, Hiro, or should I just say Issei. Hey, it's been a while. This is where, well, we'll see Issei right now is on guard. Dietrich also feels how Issei is very on guard with this person. Dietrich would kind of help out his partner, but he doesn't want to reveal the supernatural towards, we'll see, his parents. This is where, well, Issei says, what are you doing here, Urahara, Kisuke? And what the hell have you done to my parents? Oh, you mean, oh, you actually still see them as parents, even though I tell them about how you're not really related with them. You know, since I did kind of do that whole memory wipe that one time when you kind of asked me to kind of live normally like a human after you wanted to get away from everything. You know, don't you remember? When we kind of met these parents and how they adopted you and other things. But of course I just had to kind of rearrange your memories so they can actually think that you've always been with them. This is where, well, he's kind of gulps and says, yes, I know what you're talking about. This is where, well, most of his parents don't look too shocked. Issei says, why aren't they shocked? I'm not even a part of your family, Issei said with such an annoying kind of tone. This is where, well, he's actually starting to admit everything towards mostly the people that he kind of cares about. This is where, well, mostly Mika kind of just smiles at Issei and says, even though you're not actually a part of our child, or we never even had a child because we had 3 miscarriages, we still are kind of happy to believe that you are actually our child, even though you were actually supposedly not even human at all. Issei kind of just mostly looks at Mika with a very kind of mostly emotionless kind of look, until mostly Mika gets up and hugs him. I don't care what you are. You're still my son. I raised you. Even if I didn't raise you from birth, I still raise you. I do not care. I do not regret it at all. This is where, well, mostly Kisuke is just seeing this as, oh my, this is interesting. This is where, well, mostly Goro says, I agree with your mother. Even though you're not actually human and you're supposedly a Shinigami, I still do not care. You still are my son. But I want to know, will you still be able to bring us grandchildren, even though you're a Shinigami? This is where, well, mostly, how to say, I might be able to modify the geek. This is where, well, before he even gets to say anything, Issei throws the stuffed animal into, well, mostly Kisuke to shut him up in an instant. This is where, well, Kon say, what the hell? This is where, well, mostly, Urahara was kind of surprised that Issei would shut him up in an instant. Issei scoffed and said, shut up. I know you already did mostly modify this Giga to be, well, similar to that of a human body. That's how I could age easier instead of going towards you all the damn time and bothering you half the time about everything. I even believe that you modified these Giga to actually be able to reproduce, even if I'm a Shinigami. This is where, well, Urahara smiles and says, oh, wow. I thought it would actually be so kiddish that you would actually ignore all those little details I might have did into your body. This is where, well, Issei scoffs and says, I'm not an idiot. God damn it. I'm not a genius neither. I don't give a damn about that title. But I'm not an idiot, so fuck you. This is where, well, Urahara kind of smiles and says, well, it's quite interesting. Still, I haven't seen you in a while. I just came here to visit. I also came here to tell you that the Soul Society is really not willing to hunt you anymore down. What do you mean? That means the Soul Society does not care about all those people who are either Shinigami turned into hollows, somewhat mostly called visors. Shinigamis who are basically a mix of Shinigamis are basically that of a mix of a Shinigami that abandoned his position a while ago and marry a human woman who was a Quincy. Of course, they don't really care if you're mixed or not. So of course, all accounts and charges that you would have had a long time ago since you abandoned your position as a lieutenant, well, it's no longer a problem for you at all. This is where, well, mostly Issei winds her eyes and says, does that mean I can go back to the Soul Society? Yep. Just, they will kind of ask you for your name entirety and who you are. This is where, well, Issei kind of just says, I see. So what do you want from me anyway? Oh, nothing. Just one person really wants to see you, and that person is pissed. Very, very pissed. The fact that you left. This is where, well, mostly Issei says, who would that be? This is where, well, mostly Urahara says, I don't know. Mostly there's 2 people that are quite pissed at you, but not the problem. I won't tell you their name. I will just let them until they find you and kill you for the fact that you abandoned them. This is where, well, Issei scoffs and says, I didn't abandon anyone. Oh really? You didn't abandon anyone? I hope that, well, that whole comment that you're gonna say is going to bite you in the ass later. But who cares? I'm just here to tell you that. Issei says, but that's not the only reason you came here to tell me that, was it? This is where Kisuke says, oh my, you are smart. Then again, you did grow up from a little kid to actually being at the same height as almost me. This is where, well, Issei scoffs and says, what exactly do you want? Kisuke sighs and says, I want you to be able to protect this, well, mostly this little small town from any hollows. Because hollow sightings has been here a lot, has actually been exploding more population here. This is where, well, Issei scoffs and says, what does that mean? Am I supposed to be fighting some kind of like level threat Arankar or something? I can't believe you know about the Arankars. Issei scoffs with angry kind of mostly annoyed tone. This is where Urahara says, okay, I know you're still upset with that, but Maybe. Mostly we haven't figured out and why the Iran cards and hollows are acting weird. It's mostly like they're trying to like create themselves an army in secrecy. Mostly the hollows in Wakamundo, there's two type of hollows. There's the ones that seems to be going rogue, and then there's the ones that are aligning somewhat with the soul of society. What? That's a thing? This is where Issei looks at mostly Urahara. Urahara is kind of giggles because he sees how Issei seems to be shocked and surprised. He never expected that a hollow can be aligned with the soul society. This is where, well, mostly Urahara says, oh my, yes, that's a thing. Do you want me to tell you how it's possible? Issei scoffs and says, shut up, I'm not a baby. This is where, well, mostly Urahara says, oh, come on. I mean, you are still a little baby, though. This is where Issei says, I'm gonna kick you. This is where, well, Urahara says, calm down, kid. This is where Issei grumbles and growls and what's it called, Urahara. Urahara says, okay, fine. Look here. So let me explain in what exactly happened after you left. You know, after you left a while ago. This is where, well, Urahara says, my. Time to tell you a story then. This is where Issei growls at Urahara. Of course, mostly Issei's parents decide to listen in what is happening. Mostly they also found out about the supernatural because there actually are supernatural parents. So they know about the supernatural, that's why they didn't react too much when Urahara appears right in front of them and explaining what their son entirely is. This is where, well, they're not even shocked that much about the whole soul society being a thing and how a Waco Moon or even somewhere else is basically Quincy's land, but not the point. This is where, well, Issei says, I see. So you're telling me that basically Wakamundo was ruled by mostly Barakyo, then not Barakyo, mostly Barakyo, or whatever his goddamn name is. Then it got ruled over by Sosuke Aizen and Shinigami that actually went rogue and caused mostly the others who actually work with him to be executed or whatever. I can't believe Kenichi Maru was actually a traitor. I have met Sosuke Aizen. I didn't like him too much. This is where, well, Urahara says, well, you have a great eye in not liking people. Shut up and keep continuing on. So of course, mostly Urahara just continues on explaining mostly how Aizen wanted to use the Hokugyu to kind of become the new Soul King. Of course, he got defeated by a kid named Ichigo Kurosaki. He says it's Ichigo Kurosaki? Yeah, he should be the similar same age as you. Scoffs and just as well, he says it's whatever. Okay, well, mostly Ichigo Kurosaki defeated Aizen by using his, well, mostly using a final form that kind of got rid of his Soul Reaper powers. Issei says, I see. Poor boy. This is where, well, not too poor because we had to also fight against Fullbringers, who are basically just other Soul Reaper, substitute Soul Reapers. And of course, we managed to kind of create a sword with all the different captains' powers, and I mean all of them, to kind of give into this one sword so we can actually bring back, well, Ichigo Kurosaki's powers back. This is where, well, Issei says, I see. How old is Ichigo Kurosaki? 17, just like you, isn't it? This is where Issei scoffs and says, I see. Well, what do you want from me anyway? Well, we have been seeing a movement of hollows kind of going towards over here. So we're just wondering if you could be able to take them out for us. I know that you're still having your lieutenant experience and all your powers, because I have felt your power actually, well, mostly, I should say, I have felt the power, like, mostly yesterday, because yes, this is a different day. Well, not the different day, mostly it's the same day, but mostly, he didn't say yesterday, he says, I felt your power about like a couple of hours ago. Yes, it seems that you finally accepted to becoming a Shinigami once again. And yes, getting out of your Gigai. Which I also felt the power that you actually used the Shikai release. He says scoff and says shut up and leave me alone. This is where, well, we'll see. Urahara says fine. But other than that, I want you to kind of figure out any kind of clues in if there's more hollows here in this, well, mostly Kuwa. Issei says, what about you? What are you going to be doing? Well, I'll be here. I might change my position and bring someone else you might know. Kampachi? No, not Kampachi. This is where, well, Issei said and says, I like that dude a lot. This is where, well, mostly Urahara says, I'm not bringing Kampachi Zaraki over here. No, He will literally rip through almost anyone. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't work. Well, mostly would have size and says, whatever, kid. But still, mostly, yes, that would be almost all of it. I'm requesting. I know you're gonna ask me for rewards, cause mostly that's because you're still a child. So how about I'll give you like free? It doesn't work. Well, he says, if you tell me I'm gonna get free candy, I'm gonna kill you. Okay, calm down. What do you want? I want 3 favors. Okay, goddamn, why 3? Because I'm doing your stupid fucking job for you. Fine. This is where, well, Urahara kind of just smiles and says, well, whatever. Hope you actually finally master your abilities. I did. Did you really? So does that mean you actually know how to control fully your Bankai? Issei right now gets he just gives out this very dirty look towards Urahara. Urahara says, oh, I guess you didn't. Well, I should be leaving then. But before I go, have you also mastered that sort of mostly right? This is where before he can even say anything, Issei grabs something like mostly the closest thing, like this was light, kind of like a little light thing, and he just chucks it at mostly not Issei, mostly Kisuke Urahara, which Kisuke managed to grab and says, ooh, you're still very touchy in that whole subject. Maybe I should leave you. But you know, you're gonna have to somewhat master that sword, because mostly that was you're considered to be the best friend, and maybe your lover before she. This where, well, he almost gets hit by another object. Shut up, Issei said with such a murderous look. This is where, well, Kisuke sighs and says, okay, fine, I'll be going then. Other than that, bye. This is where, well, Kisuke walks away and disappears. Issei says, bastard, annoying jackass. This is where, well, mostly he says cussing, and this is where, well, he's annoyed. Until he looks toward his parents, which both of his parents doesn't seem to be phased with mostly Issei being pissed the fuck off of Kisuke, and of course mostly throwing random shit, but yeah. Of course the word, well, mostly Dietrich says, so your parents know about the supernatural, so it's okay if I just rebelled for me to be here. Sure, I guess. This is where, well, mostly Dietrich appear with the sacred gear and says, hello there, you two. This is where, well, both the parents didn't actually react too much. They just say, oh, you're the Red Dragon Emperor. We always knew that you were inside his body. We just didn't want it, how should I say? We didn't really want it to kind of bother too much, because it will freak out Issei even more. We actually just suspect him to be a normal child, but then again, we suspected not too much. Issei sighs and says, so how long have you known about the supernatural? Our entire lives. This is where, well, he says, I see. And you couldn't, like, not tell me to live here in Kuwa and, like, let me live somewhere else? Oh, come on, it's not that bad. This is where, well, he says, it's bad enough when I have a spoiled little princess after me and trying to question about my life. Yes, it's bad enough. Fuck it. This is where, well, mostly we go into both of his parents just explaining what they are entirely. And they really did wish that they had a child, but there was like 3 miscarriages, so yeah, that was sting. This is where, well, Issei kind of felt bad, and of course, where, well, he just hugged them both. Mostly just for thinking to be at least the best. This is where, well, they mostly are happy for mostly Issei to actually open up a little bit more. Of course, this is where, well, mostly Goto says, so you got any woman that actually catch your interest if it's not a devil? Issei scoffs and says, I'm not telling you that. This is where, well, mostly his father says, I mean, Kisuke did say that you had a very precious female with you when you were in the soul. This is where, well, mostly both Issei and even Mika just punch him in the face, because mostly Mika was just kind of not wanting Issei to cry, because the reason Kisuke, he just explained a little bit in what it was. And this is where, well, mostly Mika, she was crying about it. This is where Goto just had a little teasing smirk a little bit, just to see if Issei would still be pissed, which Urahara never explained if he would be pissed or not. This is where, well, both Goto, mostly Goto got knocked the fuck out because Issei was pissed and mostly Mika was just annoyed about her husband. But yeah. This is where, well, Issei says, well, I might just be going up to my room. Okay? This is where, well, mostly Mika says, yeah, don't worry about your father. He's just going to be knocked out for mostly a couple days. Don't worry about where he will be at in those couple of days. This is where, well, mostly Issei smirks and says, okay, mother. Or mostly Oka-sen. This is where, well, mostly Mika's nodded and says, good night there, Taiju-san, I think so. Mostly her son, I forgot what it's called, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei kind of goes up and just kind of goes into his room and falls asleep. This is where, well, mostly Issei also puts like mostly he couldn't really put a barrier, so of course he mostly just fell asleep and didn't care too much. The next day happens and of course Issei wakes up realizing that there's mostly a couple of girls around him, which Issei's not interested in that much in relationships so much, because well, he remembers too much of his past, so of course he's not really going to get bothered too much. And he's not really a pervert or lustful too much. He was just acting like that, so people wouldn't actually mostly suspect anything from him. But Issei gets up, and this is where, well, he didn't realize that he should have asked Kisuke how to change his eye color. Literally going back for that black silver eye color, like his original eye color, so he could be scary as fuck half the time. This is where, well, he couldn't get that. Damn, he should have really talked to him. Whatever. Issei gets up, even though he felt people on him. Really pissed him off also. But this is where, well, mostly he gets up anyway because it was actually annoying him so much. This is where, well, mostly they got pushed up. Well, mostly pushed off. It was Rias, Akano, and even Azir. They literally just got pushed off. Well, mostly, yeah, it was only Rias and mostly Azir, not really Akano. Or even Konako or any of them just yet. They got pushed off, even Zenobia, but yeah. This is where, well, they were confused in what happened. Well, also Akano, but not the point. They were confused in what happened, but this is where Issei gets up in a very annoyed tone and says, "What the hell are you all doing? I'm literally tired. You people are just annoying me. What the hell?" This is where, well, Ria said, "Issei, can you please come back to your bed? It's not time for school. You know, since we don't need to really go to school." This is where Issei just looks at her with not a very good looking look much. He's not really lustful or any of that. He really doesn't care. Issei just walks away, just gets his clothes and just walks away. Issei goes downstairs just to see his mother cooking and saying, "Oh, are you going to school early?" This is where, well, he just says, "Yeah, actually, I might go to school. I also might want to meet with someone and actually get my original eye color." This is where, well, mostly Miko says, "Why not your goldenish brown eyes?" "Because I want to get my black silver eyes again." This is where, well, mostly Mika was surprised to actually hear Issei's original colors when he was a Soul Reaper to be actually a black silver. This is where, well, she then says, "Can't you just get a mostly like a what's it called, a horizontal chromosome, just to have one black silver and one golden brown?" This is where, well, Issei says, "Yeah, I can. I think. I hope I can. I don't know. I just wanted both of them just to look kind of scary." This is where, well, mostly Mika sighs and says, "You can't always just push people away. You're gonna have to pull them closer." "Don't want to." Mika says, "Fine. I guess." When Kisuke did say that you were gonna go back to your original self when you actually unlock your powers, he was not lying. "Fine, I'll at least bring some people close to me. Do you want to be happy?" "Yes. I also do want grandchildren. But I know that you will never be able to kind of love people, unlike you love that girl." That's where Issei kind of grit his teeth until Mika says, "I'm sorry, I keep forgetting." This is where, well, Issei says, "No, it's fine." Which Issei kind of just says, "Other than that, I'll be going." This is where, well, Issei just got a piece of bread and walked away. But yeah, Issei is getting towards the school. This is where, well, he's thinking a lot. He's really thinking a lot. This is where, well, he did not actually pay attention too much in front of him. Which mostly he bumped into someone. When he bumped into that person, it was none other than a black hair kind of beauty, a black hair kind of short hair beauty. Well, it was kind of blackish but bluish a little bit. Her eyes were mostly she had onyx eyes, and this is where she did also have like these two like long black kind of strips of hair, and of course, and it had kind of ring, but mostly like cover up with whites or something. And this is where, well, she was wearing mostly this like mostly outfit that kind of looks kind of rebellion a little bit, but not much. And of course, it worked well. She was confused in how the hell did she bump into someone, because she was actually trying to sense for mostly the hollows. And this is where, well, when she bumped into the person and opened her eyes and says, "You this is where, well, she was about to scream, "You bastard," until she realized who exactly this person was. Issei, when he opened his eyes, he widened his eyes, never expected to see her ever again. This is where, well, Issei said, "Shit." Issei said, "Oh fuck, I'm so fucked here." This is where, well, we'll see, she screams in an instant right now, getting angry. She seems to be also Nagigai. This is where Issei right now widen his eyes, jumping away from her, and this is where, well, she tried to kick at him, and this is where Issei managed to dodge. Issei says, oh shit, I wasn't expecting to see you again. Issei said with a very harsh tone, but of course, just trying to make sure that this person is actually the right person that he's actually thinking about. The girl says, you bastard, you abandoned us. You abandoned me and, you know, Toshiro. This is where Issei says, it's Toshiro. I thought he didn't care about what I did. This is where Issei, this girl gets angry and says, I'm going to kill you for the fact you abandoned us. This is where Issei says, oh great, will you also kill your master? What was her name? Yoriichi? This is where, well, she stops and says, no, I already tried to do that. And I do kind of regret it a little bit. Which, well, she kicked my ass, but not the point. You, on the other hand, pissed me off because you abandoned me. You abandoned me for a while. We could have just talked about it. You could have... I just wanted to know about, well, this is where, well, mostly before she can even answer, Issei already attacked her in an instant, saying, shut up. His eyes went into a dark silver for a second. This is where, well, mostly she got scared in an instant. This is where, well, the ground was literally cracked into, well, dented in, just cracked in an instant thanks to Issei punching it. Issei calmed down in an instant, saying, sorry. So sorry. This is where, well, mostly the girl kind of gulps because she saw nothing but a murderous beast right in front of her. That she just pissed off and, well, mostly just pissed off. This is where, well, she kind of just says, no, it's okay. She starts kind of crying, tearing up. Issei notices and decides to just hug her. Sorry, okay? I didn't mean to abandon everything. I couldn't control myself. This is where, well, mostly she just cries into him and says, no, it's fine. This is where, well, Issei says, so Soifan, how have you been? This is where, well, Issei said, in a very calm tone now. And this is where, well, Soifan kind of just says, I've been fine, Issei-kun. This is where she said in a very blushing kind of look. This is where Issei said, what? This is where, well, mostly, Diedrich sees this and say, whoa. I mean, she's not that bad looking, but still. Her name is Soifan, and Issei knows about her, meaning that she's another Soul Reaper. This is where, well, mostly Issei says, why would you, this is where, well, Soifan kind of blushes to look away, and this is where, well, mostly Issei says, Soifan, are you okay? This is where, well, Soifan says, never mind, I gotta go look for the hollows. Issei grabs her hand and says, wait, are you on a Gigai? This is where, well, Soifan right now blushes, says, no. This is where, well, Issei said, huh. Why is your Gigai just modeled after your original form in the Soul Reaper? This is where, well, Soifan just says, because I asked Kisuke to actually make mine to kind of look like it. This is where, well, Issei says, I see. You asked Kisuke. Wait, Kisuke. Wait. He did say that there's two people that are going to try to kill me. That means the other person. This is where, well, before he can even dodge. Before he could even, like, not get hit by an ice attack. An ice dragon that was supposedly be being able to smash upon him and Soifan. Soifan managed to dodge, even though she's not too good in her human speed. Issei was actually about to get hit by this attack. Which mostly he activated the Sacred Gear Diedrich just to burn the ice in an instant. Just to melt it. Diedrich was shocked to actually believe that Issei was able to use his flames, which Issei only thought of using Diedrich's flames because that's the only dragon that he has in him. His other ability is darkness, but that's actually connected to his like sword, and he can't just summon it out because he's a human right now, mostly in his Gigai. This is where, well, mostly the person right now appears right in front of him, and it's none other than a very pissed off Toshiro. Toshiro kind of just glares at Issei with his greenish, bluish eyes. This is where almost he just greenish eyes, or like teal greenish eyes. This is where, well, his white hair is kind of long, and of course he looks to be in his teenager form, mostly in that Bankai state, or not Bankai. He's like true Bankai power. If you don't know how Toshiro looks like when he's older, basically he looks like this. So pretty much this is how Toshiro appeared right in front of Issei, in a very kind of serious kind of look, and of course just looking a little bit older. But yeah, this is where, well, mostly Issei said, Toshiro. It's been a while, hasn't it? Toshiro says, don't give me that bull crap. Just like how you left, you stupid son of a bitch, I'm going to make sure for you to regret leaving me, asshole. This is where, well, Issei says, oh, you seem to be quite pissed. I mean, Soifan is also quite pissed. But I wasn't expecting you to ever grow. Then again, you were actually shorter than me. And even Rayton, yes. Issei kind of grit his teeth and said, don't. I know that you're so angry. I was also angry. I was depressed. But you didn't need it to leave us. This is where, well, Issei says, I did. If I didn't leave, my Bankai would have went berserk. I was such in a dark place. I didn't want to hurt you, too. Issei said, with mostly kind of revealing some of his emotions. This is where, well, mostly Issei's power actually started erupting from his body. The darkness. This is where, well, even though he's not in his Shinigami state, or even his mostly, having his Zanpakuto, not Zanpakuto, mostly Zanpakuto out, he actually is still being able to use darkness, even though in his human form. This is where, well, mostly Toshiro and mostly Soifan was taken back of what Issei said. Toshiro says, I see. So you couldn't control your Shikai just because how many emotions you were feeling, or even controlling your Zanpakuto. It seems with the Giga, it seems to be fusing with you entirely. Issei grits his teeth and says, that's impossible. I need to talk to Kisuke about this. This is where Toshiro says, don't worry about that. Besides, you're not the only one that you can just use your abilities with just your Giga. This is where Issei says, what do you mean? Aren't you in your... Wait a minute, you're not in your Soul Reaper form. This is where, well, Toshiro says, of course, I'm right now in my human form. I was able to use my ice ability even in my human form. It might be a weaker, mostly a weaker kind of ability, weaker attacks and other things, but I'm still able to use it. Soifan was also able to use her abilities, but not much. Of course, it seems that you are able to also use him in your your Gigai. This is where almost says, I see. Well, not the point. So I'm guessing you two were actually sent to deal with the Hollows. Yup. This is where, well, Soifan nodded. This is where Issei said. This is where, well, mostly before Issei was actually about to talk, this is where Toshiro says, what the hell is that on your hand? Issei says, this is where he looks down and sees his right hand and says, oh, this is supposed to be my Giga for some reason. I don't know why, but it's mostly something created from heaven. You know, the whole 3 faction bullcrap or other thing? Like the devils, angels, fallen angels. This is where, well, Toshiro and Soifan nods a little bit. They know about it. Mostly also Reapers knows about the different pantheons in the human world, just so they can avoid those people. This is where, well, Toshiro says, so that could be the Red Dragon Emperor, mostly godlet, the boosted gear. Issei says, yep, I got it as a mostly my Giga human form. I don't know how, but I guess the system might be just fucked up. This is where, well, this is where Toshiro and Soifan nodded, saying, okay, well, at least you have something powerful for your Giga. Oh, shut up already and stop complaining, Issei just said. This is where Toshiro says, I'm not complaining. This is where Issei says, you sound like you're complaining. Fuck off. This is where Toshiro said with a very angry tone. Issei says, oh really, and what you gonna do about it? Fucking fight me about it? Bring it. This is where, well, mostly both Toshiro and even what's it called, Issei right now smashes their heads into each other, right now glaring at each other. This is where Toshiro's tealish eyes are kind of glaring into mostly Issei's goldenish brown eyes, which Issei's doing the same, just towards mostly Toshiro. This is where Soifan managed to get in between both of them and say, stop it! This is where, well, mostly both of them say, This is where, well, mostly Soifan says, you two are acting like little children half the time. This is where, well, mostly she says with a very angry pout. This is where, well, she's actually the shorter one out of both Toshiro and Issei. Toshiro is actually the height of being 5'7", while Issei is actually the height of, well, not 5'7", 5'8", while Issei is the height of 5'8", awesome. This is where, well, mostly Soifan is actually the height of being like 5'5". This is where she's kind of angry and annoyed. Now they're all actually the age 17, even though Soul Reapers take a little bit longer to age, but not the point. This is where, well, mostly they manage to kind of get to the same age, similar to ourselves, Issei, but not the point. Issei says, so, we're going to go look for hollows, aren't we? Yep. Well then let's do that. But before that, I gotta change out of my outfit because I was going to school. Well, you actually go to school? Both of them said with a questionable look. Issei says, yes, I'm in the human world, I gotta go to school. And this is where, well, mostly Toshiro says, so how is school? Issei says, think of mostly the underworld, you know, where all of the, what's it called, mostly evil souls usually go, hell most of the time. Both of them nodded. Think of that, but like 20 times worse. This is where, well, both of them just kind of get scared. This is where, well, mostly says, yeah, that's how school is. It's a fucking pain. It's annoying. I don't even get teach anything useful. It's all just fucking useless to me. This is where, well, mostly Toshiro says, it can't be that bad, can it? Issa says, oh yeah, Toshiro, you should go with me. This is where Toshiro says, I think I shouldn't. This is where, well, I gotta go on my mission. This is where you see drag Toshiro saying, you're coming with me, you jackass. I don't give a damn. This is where Toshiro says, no, I refuse. I refuse. This is where, well, so fun is just sweat dropping. Issa says, so fun, you're also going with me. This is where Soifan says, I think I should. This is where Issei grabs her from the collar and just start dragging her. This is where, well, Soifan says, no, I don't want to go. No, I refuse to go. Awesome. This is where Toshiro is being dragged while Soifan is just being mostly, yeah. Toshiro is being like dragged by his legs while mostly Issei is just kind of bringing Soifan by just her collar and grabbing her from her hand and just kind of just pulling her. It's not that hard. This is where, well, Toshiro is refusing. He's literally clawing the ground. He doesn't care if he breaks his Gigai's fingers or whatever. Fuck it, he doesn't give a damn. He wish he can just summon out his Zanpakuto just to stab the ground and say, fuck you. But yeah, he can't. He's trying to create ice pillars just to kind of hold on to them. But he can't because he's kind of stronger than him. But yeah, Issei managed to get to school and just say, stop using all your abilities, jackasses. This is where, well, mostly he just kind of told Toshiro that because he knows Toshiro is doing that. While mostly, well, Soifan isn't really doing anything. She's actually just going along. This is where, well, mostly he says, now we're here. Go inside, jackass. This is where he kicks Toshiro in. And this is where Toshiro goes in and says, no, I don't want to die in hell. Please don't do this to me. Issei, please. This is where, well, mostly Soifan is just dragged in. Now, of course, Issei is still holding onto her hand, which he doesn't care about too much because he's not letting go. He's going to bring them to hell with him, so yeah. Toshiro says, wait, we can talk about this, Issei. Please, I don't want to go to hell. This is where, well, he looks around and thought he was going to see fiery pits of hell until he realized it looks normal. He's confused and why Issei literally called this place hell. The reason why he believes Issei so much of why hell, mostly like for Issei to be saying it's hell, is because Issei's always been a serious person ever since he was younger. He was always quite stoic and serious most of the time. He never actually expected Issei to ever be what's it called, well, mostly jokery. This is where, well, he just says, this is a normal school. I don't see any hell, no fire pits, no nothing. This is where, well, Issei says, never mind. This is where, well, Issei says, I'm not going to tell you this. Mostly Toshiro did believe when they were younger, but yeah. So, of course, this is where they're walking. This is where when girls actually notice Issei, Toshiro, and even Soifan, all the girls notice Issei holding onto Soifan's hand like if they were actually dating. This is where, well, mostly Soifan isn't resistant and actually talking to Issei very well. This is where, well, even though she's a little blushing every time she looks down and sees both of them actually holding hands. Because she blushes from the fact they're holding hands in the first place. But of course, that's not the point here or there. But we go into mostly going into the council room. Because mostly Issei wanted to talk to Sona about enrolling both of his friends into school. Sona just didn't know why, but she decides to do it. She decides to bring both of them along because it seems that these two people are quite familiar with Issei's past. She would ask them questions, but it seems Soifan doesn't really want to say anything, and Toshiro seems quite quiet, stoic, and very, like, touch him, he might freeze you to death. Which, yeah, not going to happen. Then again, she does see how mostly Issei in that one Shinigami form beat the shit out of the White Dragon Empress who had a care in the world, and then also beat the shit out of Deku, who's supposedly be the descendant of Sun Wukong. But Issei didn't care. He literally went in menace time. And Issei's face is actually quite stoic and emotionless, which scared the shit of her. Instead of seeing the perverted goofy kid, he's quite emotionless and stoic. But yeah. Which Issei is annoyed that he doesn't have his black silver eyes because he would have definitely scared the shit out of everyone. But yeah. Of course, well, mostly we go into, well, the kind of classroom. This is where, well, mostly the students actually met what's it called Soifan and even what's it called Toshiro, which girls actually were cheering for Toshiro and some of the guys were cheering for Soifan. Even though Soifan says, I'm not interested in dating. This is where, well, because she's actually quite stoic like that. While Toshiro says, yeah, I don't really care about dating either, so don't annoy me with that shit. This is where every girl and guy like went down and face plant, but yeah. This is where, well, mostly everyone did notice Issei, but this is where Issei was stoic and annoyment. But yeah, He was just annoyed with everyone. But of course, mostly two friends, Matsuda and Murahama, tried to ask him about what to do next, and this is where Issei just ignores him entirely. Toshiro came towards mostly to sit next to Issei, which mostly Toshiro kind of asked Issei, "This is not hell. I literally thought you were talking about fiery pits of hell and other shit." This is where, well, mostly Issei says, "Oh, don't worry, it's not hell, I was lying to you." Okay, Toshiro says, "Okay, I'm never trusting you ever again." This is where, well, mostly Matsuda and Murahama says, "Issei, you traitor, why are you talking to that pretty boy?" Issei says, "Because he's literally my childhood friend, now shut the fuck up." Issei said with such an angry tone. This is where both of, well, the two perverts shut up in an instant, because after hearing such a murderous tone, they literally shut up. Everyone heard it, even the teacher said, "Holy damn, what the hell? Childhood friend, damn." I wasn't expecting them both to be childhood friends. This is where, well, mostly Matsuda says, Murahama says, "Hey there, Soy Fan." They try to like flirt with her. This is where Soy Fan says, "Shut up and leave me alone before I kill you too." This is where, well, mostly they become saddened. This is where, well, they kind of glare at mostly Issei, Toshiro, and even Soy Fan. This is where, well, the girls are happy that Soy Fan is not the type to back down. She's actually similar to the same stoic as mostly some people actually kind of think that Kaichu Sona, mostly Sona Shitora and Soy Fan are actually sisters, because they're quite the same in mostly personality, chest size, and other things. But Soy Fan, even though people also heard the rumors that mostly Issei and Soy Fan were holding hands, so of course mostly Matsuda and Murahama heard about this because they kind of look up on mostly online school rumors. But yeah, this is where, well, they glare at Issei and mostly, yeah, Issei again and says, "You bastard, are you saying you're dating her already?" This is where, well, they basically point at Soy Fan. Issei says, "She's also my childhood friend. Either you piss off right now or throw both of you out the damn window so fast that you will barely be able to say what the fuck." This is where, well, mostly both of them shut up in an instant and say, "Okay, sorry, yes, I'm sorry about that." This is where, well, mostly Toshiro says, "Wow, I didn't know you would be able to talk to people like that." Issei said, "Oh, Toshiro, shut the fuck up. Don't worry about school. Just go on and be normal." This is where Toshiro says, "Okay, why do I feel like I might go to regret that this is peaceful?" Issei said, "Oh, don't worry." This is where, well, we go into a time skip. About 1 hour already passing by. Issei has just been looking outside, really not paying attention, didn't give a damn. He was actually watching a battle between one red bird that seems to be the leader, one yellow bird that seems to be quite fast, 3 blue birds that seems to be triplets, 1 black bird that seems to be like the bomb, one white bird that seems to be laying eggs, and of course 1 big ass red bird that seems to be the biggest bird out of all of them, the biggest bad bird. But of course, well, kind of fighting against these green pigs right now, seems to be building stuff. This was all happening outside, but no one realized any of this shit. But Issei was just watching this. Basically, it was Angry Birds, but in real life for him. But not the point. Mostly, Soy Fan was able to take all the notes down, even though she didn't know why she was taking all the notes down, but she did it anyway. Toshiro, on the other hand, was literally fucking dying. He can do paperwork and other shit, but seriously, school was such a pain to deal with. It was just annoyment. He already died. He's like, ugh. He turned into nothing but a fucking pile of skeletons. Mostly a pile of bones. He's like, ugh, fuck this shit. This is where mostly Issei didn't really pay attention, didn't give a damn. But after the kind of class hour just passed by and the bell rings, mostly Issei noticed, Soy Fan being kind of like saying, I didn't know this is how math works in the human world. Issei says, "Yep, that's how it works." He then looks towards Toshiro, and Toshiro was like gone. He didn't know what the fuck happened. He died from just overload, just a lot of random shit that he didn't understand. Issei says, "So Toshiro, how is school then?" Toshiro says, "Get me the fuck out of here. Let me out. Let me out." Issei says, "No, we're going to the next classroom." "No, please, I don't want to." This is where Toshiro says, "Please, I beg of you, bring the Soul King. Help me, Soul King." This is where he starts praying to the Soul King, saying, "Please save me, my lord. I refuse to be in this hell again. What the hell did I do to deserve such hell?" Issei says, "Oh no, you were the one who said that it wasn't hell." This is where Toshiro says, "No, it's literally hell. It's worse than hell. I feel like anyone who was a sinner in hell will literally become a saint after a while." This is where, well, Issei, so, I mean, yeah, that is true. This is where, well, so she says, get me out of this school. Fuck it, I don't care. Let me drop the fuck out. I'm out of here. Fuck this shit. Issei, so you're saying that you're much of like an idiot. So you're agreeing the fact that you're an idiot and dumber than me and Soifan. This is where Chocho says, wait, no. You're trying to manipulate me here. I'm not being manipulated that easily. This is where Issei says, okay, well, me and Soifan will be going. You can just stay in this classroom then. This is where, well, this Chocho says, no, get me out of this classroom. This is where, well, we'll see Issei was walking out of the classroom until he kind of realized the door is getting blocked by a girl with brownish hair. And a girl with pinkish hair and kind of like reddish pinkish eyes. This is where, oh, the other girl had kind of brownish eyes, but yeah. Issei says, yes, Moriyama, Catherine, do you need something? This is where, well, we'll see Moriyama and Catherine. Well, Catherine says, so, are you sure you're not manipulating that girl there right now next to you? Issei says, who, Soifan? No, she's my childhood friend. Why would I manipulate her? Besides, I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna try to manipulate her because she will kick my ass to the fucking 9 rooms of hell. Well, she can try, but not the point. This is where, oh, mostly Soifan blushes just because of the praise. Then again, she got insulted. But then again, this is how Issei kind of compliments people. But yeah, this is where, well, she kind of just blushes, look away. This is where, well, Moriyama notices and just kind of had a jealousy look. She already had a jealousy look when Issei was going out with the ORC. From the fact that she's the only one that has a little small crush on Issei. A true small crush of actual love and other things. She actually loves Issei because, well, Issei defeated her once in, well, mostly Kendo. But of course, no one else saw this. It was mostly because, mostly Moriyama wanted to confess her love towards Issei. And of course, even if she had to be dominant and of course start trying to dominate him and also making sure that he's not a pervert. This is where, well, that thing went south. So let's go into a memory of what happened. Mostly, Moriyama was angry on Issei and how he's being a pervert and other things. While mostly it was during the time when Issei and his friends went to go peep on the Kendo girls. Of course, when they're changing, and of course, someone made a loud noise which made all the Kendo girls rush out. But mostly Moriyama said that she will beat the shit out of Issei, while the other girls beat the shit out of the two perverts. This is where, well, Moriyama decides to drag Issei inside, but Issei was trying to protest in confusement. But this is where, well, mostly Moriyama put a Kendo sword right in front of Issei and told him to actually fight against her, and if he loses, then she will be the dominant one to actually make sure to take control of a relationship and make sure so he will never become a pervert ever again. Every day she will beat the shit of him. This is where, well, mostly Issei said, wait, what? You love me? This is where Issei was confused. But during the fact that he heard love, he turned into a different person. He felt no love for Moriyama. Truly no love. At that point, his eyes almost went black silver for a second. Darkness had almost seeped around him a little bit. But Moriyama did not notice this. She was just too focused into actually changing Issei to a better person. This is where, well, she was thinking that Issei had no experience in using a sword. But mostly into the round, Issei was blocking all of Moriyama's attacks in an instant. Moriyama was shocked. Issei seems to be in the same pose, really relaxed and really calm at the same time, but at the same time with this furious kind of angry look. Issei disappears from Moriyama's point of view and appears right next to her. Right now, he's just hitting her in the shoulder, hard enough to kind of probably almost just locate it, but didn't actually hit it too hard enough. Of course, she was actually fine, but this is where, well, she was shocked to believe Issei was able to do so much damage to her. This is where, well, she then had the kind of wooden sword right next to her neck. This is where, well, Issei said, if you move, I will cut your head off in an instant. He said in such a cold, dead voice. Well, actually scared Moriyama, but actually turned her on a little bit. This is where, well, she never expected to be dominated by Issei too easily, which Issei's mostly eyes turned back to normal instead of being a blackish silver color. And that's where Issei puts down the sword and says, oops, sorry, I didn't know what came over me. Well, I gotta be going then. Issei runs away from Moriyama, but yeah, Moriyama was never the fact normal. She fell in love entirely, harder for Issei than ever. She never expected Issei to be a mastering swordsman, but she did even fell much more in love for Issei when she saw the battle between the White Dragon Empress and Issei. Issei went into his Shinigami form, which he summoned out a black sword that was right now destroying the White Dragon Empress. This is where, well, she was getting more excited at that time, but not the point. She was actually there seeing the battle. This is where, well, she also got really excited from the fact that Issei defeated someone who was actually a descendant of Sun Wukong. But yeah, she knows about the supernatural. This is where, well, she's getting kind of jealous at Soi Fan for being close to Issei and holding his hand. She never got that opportunity to hold his hand, which she is kind of perverted, but not the point. This is where, well, mostly Catherine says, so you're not being threatened or any of that? This is where Soi Fan says, no. And if you don't shut up with these rumors, I might have to hurt you so bad and put you into the hospital. This is where she said in such a very frustrating tone. She doesn't know why people doesn't like Issei. But then again, there's a lot of people who are Soul Reapers don't like Issei that much because he's a prodigy but the scariest type of kid. So yeah. This is where, well, when they were younger. This is where, well, so I finally can understand that. This is where, well, mostly Catherine just scoffs and says, whatever. This is where, well, she then goes up to Toshiro to see if he's fine, just to see if Issei didn't do anything to him. Toshiro says, huh? What's happening? Who the hell are you? Wait, I'm not in hell. I'm free. I'm dropping out. This is where, well, Issei says, Toshiro, stop being a bitch and just say go to school. Aren't you supposed to be smarter than me? Toshiro says, fuck that smartness. You can take that shit. You can take it. I'd rather be home. I'd rather just be doing something else. I'm not dealing with this shit. This is hell. This is pure hell. Like, I'd rather be in the 9 realms of hell than dealing with this shit. Fucking call me a sinner because I'd rather be in actual hell than this hell. This is just like a fucking, what is this supposed to be like? Just a fucking VR headset of some kind of hell? Hell no, I'd rather be in real hell. Fuck this shit. This is where Toshiro is kind of getting angry and doesn't actually want to be here anymore. Issei, right now, well, mostly Issei, Soi Fan, Moriyama, and Catherine are sweat dropping at Toshiro. Toshiro says, no, I refuse to be here. Issei says, there's only one thing to do. Drag you to every classroom just for you to suffer. This is where Toshiro says, you monster! No! 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 It doesn't work. Well, mostly Issei managed to kind of grab him and starts kind of struggling to bring him to the next fucking classroom. This is where, well, Toshiro says, no! Nothing worked. Well, mostly everyone saw this and just sweat drops. But yeah, even those people in the hallways were confused and why Issei's dragging Toshiro to his next classroom. Toshiro says, no, please, let me drop out. I promise I won't hurt you. Please, please. This is where, well, everyone just hears this and just confused and like, what the fuck? This is where, well, mostly Toshiro says, help! I don't want to be in the school no more. Fucking save me. This is where, well, mostly Issei says, shut up and just get to your class, dumbass. Toshiro says, no. Everyone heard this and everyone was just confused. What the fuck? This is where, well, mostly even Rias heard this and even Kiba and Sanji and other people. Those were, Sanji was confused. He even questioned Issei why he's dragging the new student named Toshiro to the classroom. Issei said, oh, you know, just some things, you know, my childhood friend doesn't really want to deal with this shit. Toshiro says, please. This is where Toshiro grabs Sanji from the leg saying, please, drop me out. I promise. Kick me out of this school. I promise I won't come back. No. Fuck you, Issei. No. No, I don't want to go. This is where, well, he's actually grabbing onto Sanji's leg pretty tight. And this is where Sanji says, hey, can you let go of me? This is the most gayest way to be looking at. This is where, well, he says, let go of fucking Sanji. Damn it. Toshiro, it's just class. You're fine. You're not gonna die. This is where Toshiro says, no, I refuse. I was bored out of my mind in that fucking first class. No, how can you survive this? Actually, there's no reason for me to question that further. You literally had a fucking year with, what's it called, the most scariest and evilish kind of person Shinigami ever, being next to fucking Zaraki Kapachi. I can understand you can go through that hell. I'd rather be going through that hell than ever being in the damn school. No, please save me. This is where, well, we'll see. Sanji says, what is he talking about? Don't worry about it. Just ignore him. Also, help me drag him to the next classroom. Sanji says, okay, fine. This is where Toshiro says, no, please, please, save me. I need saving. This is where, well, he says, I need a hero to save me. This is where, well, we'll see Diedrich is sweat dropping at how the Soul Reaper is acting. The other Soul Reaper girls actually seem to be calm and collected, and she's okay with the school. Which mostly Soi Fan and even Catherine managed to kind of get her into a corner. Now, of course, Issa thinks that Soifan can just take care of herself. This is where, well, Moriyama says, I need you to stop dating him. This is where, well, Catherine is confused, but she actually will agree with her friend. This is where Soifan says, why is that? Because I want to date him. This is where Moriyama said. This is where Catherine says, yeah, she wants to. Wait, what? This is where, well, mostly Catherine just looks at Moriyama with such a shocked look and say, wait, what? This is where, well, mostly Soifan blushes and says, I'm not dating him, bitch. This is where, well, mostly Moriyama says, oh, am I a bitch? Well, I don't care. I want to date him. Now leave him alone. This is where, well, Soifan has this little smirk on her face and says, what if I told you that I already had fun with him? You know what I mean. This is where, well, Moriyama was about to slap Soifan and actually go into a cat fight. Both of them were pretty angry in each other because they wanted to actually fight each other. Just from the fact they were actually liking Issei a lot. This is where Catherine says, wait, can we start with this fighting? What do you mean you like him? Isn't he a pervert? This is where, well, mostly Moriyama glares at, well, Catherine says, shut up already. I like him for my own reasons. Now, other than that, Soifan, you either leave him alone or I'll hurt you. Soifan says, bring it on there, brown hair bitch. This is where, well, both of them are glaring at each other, but this is where, well, Issei went back to the class because they noticed Soifan isn't getting to class, and this is where Issei says, yo, Soifan, why are you taking forever? Soifan says, oh, I'm sorry, I'm coming. This is where, well, mostly Soifan kind of follows Issei. This is where, well, Moriyama's glaring and gritting her teeth. This is where, well, mostly Catherine says, what do you mean you like the pervert? This is where Moriyama glares at mostly Catherine and says, you do realize that Issei is much more powerful than us. This is where, well, Catherine scoffs and says, I know that. But don't I already know this? This is where, well, mostly Moriyama says, if you already know this, the reason why I like him is for my own benefits and reasons. You don't need to understand. This is where Moriyama, mostly Catherine says, but I do. We're friends, aren't we? Yes, we are, but I have my own reasons, okay? This is where, well, mostly Catherine says, is it because of the Red Dragon Emperor? Not really. I don't really care about the Red Dragon at all. This is where, well, Catherine says, then why? Because he defeated me in Kendo. When, you know what, never mind, I'm not going to explain this to you. Wait, what? He defeated you with Kendo sword? But aren't you the strongest Kendo sword ever? Yes, but do you not remember when he fought against Valerie? Valerie, the White Dragon Empress? He literally was using a sword. But that, This is where, well, mostly Catherine shuts up after a while. This is where, well, Moriyama says, other than that, I'll be going then. This is where, well, she walks away. Catherine doesn't know what to do. She actually does have a little small crush on Issei. Any person that was seeing this battle between Issei and Valerie has a small little crush on him now. Because he's different. He's more emotionless, he doesn't care, he seems to be going back to his original personality. That being in the Soul Reaper world. Mostly in the Soul Society, but not the point. Before he left the Soul Society, but yeah. But not the point. We go into Toshiro the whole day, dying slowly. But of course, that's not the point here or there. This is where, well, mostly after the school has ended, Toshiro was literally crawling towards the gate and saying, I'm free! I'm free! He screams really loud. This is where he then dies after a while. This is where, well, mostly both Soifan and even Issei sweatshops, they thought they saw what's it called, Toshiro managed to get out of his Giga and just float up in the air, which mostly Issei grabs the stool that mostly Toshiro was kind of leaving from his old, mostly his Giga, and just slam him back down. Literally Issei didn't care, he just slammed that bitch back down. This is where Toshiro woke up and say, what the hell happened? What? Huh? This is where, well, Issei says, shut the bullshit up and let's just go hunt some goddamn hollows. I have no time for this bull crap. This is where, well, Toshiro says, finally, something better. Something that will help us. This is where, well, mostly Soifan kind of switch off that Toshiro. This is where Issei kind of also switch off, but yeah. But before them leaving, mostly, someone actually appears behind them, and of course it was Kiba. Kiba asked Issei to go towards mostly, the ORC. This is where Issei switched up and was like, oh fuck, I forgot what the devils. Wait, no, I forgot. Issei kind of asked one of them, well, not one of them, mostly kind of looks at mostly the other two and say if they still have like a candy to modify souls and other things. This is where, well, mostly they said kind of, yeah, why? Wait, no, I'll go get Cone instead. This is where Issei went to his house, mostly like disappeared from their sight. thanks to his flash ship. His flash ship is much more quicker than what's it called, Soifon or even Toshiro, but yeah. Or, well, yeah, he kind of did something like that. Well, not flash up, he just ran to his house pretty fast, then came back, grabbed Cone, mostly the stuffed animal, and spit out the little, like, what's it called, marble thing, and of course the candy, and just ate it, swallow it, well, yeah. And of course he gets out of his mostly body. Cone appears, and this is where Issei throws the stuffed animal. Well, mostly he's still holding on to the stuffed animal, but mostly Issei says, Cone, I need you to go with Kiba towards mostly Rias. This is where, well, mostly Kiba says, but Issei, you have to go. This is where Issei says, bitch, I'm not a part of her barrage. My soul is connected to be my soul. She can have the husk, the Gikai. I don't give a damn. Right now I have missions to do. As a Soul Reaper, a former Soul Reaper captain, or a former Soul Reaper captain, as a former Soul Reaper lieutenant, I have things to do much better than dealing with devils and other bullcrap. So either you piss off and leave me alone, or I will hurt you so bad that you will have to be in a whole mummy state to even talk to anyone. Okay? This is where, well, mostly Kiba nodded and decides to just bring, what's it called, Cone along. Because he doesn't want to, like, piss off Issei when Issei was already strong enough to beat the shit out of Valerie. And even that guy who was, this is descendant of Sun Wukong, but yeah. Issei then just leaves with Toshiro and even Soifon to kind of go get to deal with what's it called, mostly the hollows. But yeah, they actually managed to find them, but not the point. Other than that, I believe in the off here for part 2. But yeah, bye, see you, and yeah.